Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and I am, of course, coming back at you with another LEGO Marvel Superheroes update. And today we're going to be discussing just some of the general information that is known to us currently, right before, of course, the big swarm and ginormous amount of news that will be revealed come SDCC 2013. Of course, it is already underway, but the big reveal about LEGO Marvel will be taking place, from what I understand, around afternoon time-ish, around that particular time frame on Saturday, so expect a news update video at that point in time as well. But for now, let's just run down some of the news that are known to us and some of the things that are already kind of obvious things that we have found out. And the main reason for that, why I want to share all this, is so that basically, a lot of people keep asking me certain questions and updates and everything, so I just wanted to basically have like one video that reassembles all the information regarding character reveals right now, as well as some of the story synopsises and things like that. So first of all, I guess we might as well take a look at the actual story. A lot of people asking me, do you know that Galactus is involved? Yes. The idea of the story is that basically Silver Surfer arrives to Earth, and, him being the kind of like herald to Galactus, where he arrives to the planet before and kind of almost prepares it for Galactus. And he arrives, however, he gets attacked and his surfboard is destroyed. And basically there are cosmic cubes all over the planet Earth. And there's a group of villains that is assembled by Loki. And then there's a group of heroes that is assembled by Nick Fury. And basically those two groups are fighting to get to the cosmic cubes. And I would assume that it all concludes with an epic battle, or maybe some sort of interaction, I would assume, with Galactus. So that should be pretty gosh darn cool as well, especially when you consider the fact that Galactus is ginormous, and there's a lot of cool stuff that you could do with that. Now, as far as people asking me how many playable characters are going to be in the game, from what I understand so far, what we have been told is the following. There are going to be 120 playable characters. However, that will not include all the DLC characters and the pre-order exclusive characters. So that means that they're going to do kind of like they did with Batman, LEGO Batman 2 DC Superheroes, where, if you remember, there was a set character list, and then there were also an additional, I believe, 8 or 10 characters that were DLC exclusive and pre-order exclusive. So the same will go here. So ideally, you probably have around 130, maybe 135 characters or so, I would predict. But out of the gate, we're going to have about 120 playable characters, which is absolutely astounding and crazy. And on top of that, we have also been informed that out of those 120, only 20, or a little bit over 20, will be playable within the main story mode. So that means that you're not going to get to play as all the characters right off the bat in the story mode. And just like any other game, where in LEGO Batman 2 DC Superheroes, you didn't get to play as the villains. However, after you finish the game, you could participate and use those characters as well. So basically, it's going to be the exact same kind of concept in my mind, where there's going to be an initial 20 or so characters that you use. And then after that, you could just kind of, in free play, use whatever characters you may choose to do and play with. Alrighty, and then of course, the other thing that I get asked very, very often about, and that is, of course, the pre-order bonuses and things like that. What are they going to be? So from what I found an image, which you should be seeing right now, and basically this shows that if you pre-order the game, at least at GameStops, you will receive a LEGO Spider-Man keychain at launch, which basically is a LEGO Spider-Man minifigure with a keychain hooked into its head, which is kind of brutal if you think about it. I mean, imagine Spider-Man getting a giant keychain stuck in his head. Ugh, that would be brutal. But nonetheless, that's what you will receive. And on top of that, from what I understand, GameStop Power-Up Rewards members will also receive a pre-order exclusive. However, the one thing that I notice here is that this is exclusive for PS3 and Xbox 360. Does that mean that when the PS4 version and the Xbox One version come out, is that not going to be available there? And on top of that, does that mean that except for the PS3 and the Xbox 360, none of the other consoles, including the Wii U, will be receiving exclusive pre-order content? That will be really interesting to see if that will be true or not. So again, I just hope that everybody receives the same amount of characters so that it's fair, and if you have a Wii U and you want to buy the game, you don't feel gypped because, hey, well, I just bought a system, I bought this game for this system, and look at me, I only have this amount of characters, versus the Xbox 360 and the PS3 that have 10 or 20 more characters than we do. So I just hope that it'll be a fair distribution of characters there. But the interesting thing that it says also is that it says exclusive content super pack with extra characters, vehicles, and races. So that means that you're not only going to unlock for the first time with the pre-order stuff. Typically, you would only unlock kind of weapons. For example, for Lord of the Rings, you unlocked weapons and characters. Here, you're actually going to be unlocking both characters, vehicles, and some sort of missions where you get to race and things like that. So that's pretty cool. I mean, that is a substantial amount of content, and that sounds something that is worthwhile pre-ordering for. On top of that, this little listing here reveals some of the characters that you will receive, such as Spider-Man in his symbiote suit, which is, of course, the black-suited Spider-Man, and Hawkeye, and Thanos, and much more, which is pretty gosh darn cool, especially when you hear the name Thanos. I cannot wait. I know some people say Thanos, I say Thanos, so it really depends how you say it, but nonetheless, that character will be really, really fun to play as, and I cannot wait to check it out. But now let's get to the character breakdown that we know so far. So we know about 36 playable characters so far with some image proof, so I will put that up for you guys to kind of see. So without further ado, let's run down the list, shall we? We've got Abomination, Agent Coulson, Arnim Zola, Black Widow, Bruce Banner, Captain America, Deadpool, the Frost Giant, Galactus with a question mark because we're not certain if he's going to be a playable character. I would sure love him to be a playable character, but he's obviously going to make an appearance. Hawkeye, then of course we just heard there's going to be a pre-order Hawkeye, so I would assume that one of them might be a comic book version, the other might be an Avengers version, and vice versa. Next up, Human Torch, the Invisible Woman, Iron Man. Now, Iron Man is going to be receiving several different characters, kind of like Batman would in his game where he got a couple of different iterations. So he's going to be receiving different marks, which are, of course, different sets of armor. So there's going to be a Mark 1, a Mark 6, a Mark 7, a Mark 42, which is quite an extensive list of Mark's characters as well. And again, it'd be interesting to see if in the pre-orders they'll put something like, I'd really love for them to put the what was the name of that armor? I think it was like Igor or something like that. The one that's the Hulk Buster armor from the movies. That would be really, really awesome if they put that in there. I would really, really love that. But next up, we've got Loki, Magneto, Maria Hill, Mr. Fantastic, Nick Fury himself. We've also got an image of Pepper Potts. However, she's not been confirmed to be a playable character. But when you think about the fact that there are 120 playable characters, I think she's probably going to be a playable character. Just due to the fact that they just need to fill up that list. Like, think about it. 120 characters. That is insane. And when you think about the fact that in Lego Batman 2, you got to play as, like, guards and, like, Joker goons, why not have Pepper Potts playable? That makes perfect sense to me. Plus, hey, it's nice to have another female character in the game as well. Next up, we've got the Roxxon agent, Sabretooth, who, of course, I did coverage for when he was revealed, Sandman, Silver Surfer himself, Spider-Man. Of course, there's also going to be the symbiote Spider-Man version available as well. The Hulk, Thanos or Thanos, depending on how you pronounce that. The Thing, Thor, Tony Stark. Of course, we've also going to have Venom. And finally, to round out the list so far, Wolverine. So as you can see, I mean, that is a who's who list of Marvel heroes. Yes, there are some that are still missing, some big ones as well. But again, think about the fact that all those heroes that you just heard, and we're going to have still around, what is it? Around 80 more characters. Yeah, that is insane. To think the fact that there's going to be 80 more playable characters, and of course they could definitely do the idea of kind of, you know, different versions of each one, like, hey, Wolverine in his X-Force outfit, and Deadpool in his X-Force outfit, and things like that, which I honestly would not mind. But the fact is that you're even going to get to play as, like, obscure characters like Arnim Zola. Like, again, he's obscure, what I mean is, like, to the general audience. You know, Sabretooth is not very well known. And just some of the other characters that they have chosen, I'm very, very impressed. Like, that we're going to be able to play as Frost Giants. Things like that are really, really cool decisions. For example, Agent Coulson is another really great kind of a surprise. So that's really, really cool. And I also love the fact that they're balancing the Marvel comic book universe and the Marvel cinematic universe, because a lot of the moments in the game are going to be based off, for example, Bifrost is based off the Thor design, versus other areas in the game are designed kind of more off of the comic book things, and the same goes for the characters. Some characters are designed off their comic book styles, and then others, if you look at them, they're obviously designed off their film styles. And of course, there's a mix of kind of characters that never appeared in film, and versus characters that have appeared in films, such as Agent Coulson. So that's very cool. But that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video update, please give it a like rating. That really does help me out a ton, guys. And of course, in the comment section below, let me know what is your top 3 characters that are not, and I repeat, not on this list, that you would like to see in the game. So let me know in the comment section below. Now, this could also include, of course, different variations on outfits. So again, share your great ideas in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Of course, tune in on Saturday to see the big update about Lego Marvel Superheroes. So that should be really, really cool as well. Alrighty, guys, hope you have a fan-fantastic day, and I'll see ya laters.